Another video about the word no. I want to ask you today, what is your relationship with the word no? No can be a word that is so scary because it's so finite. And that may be one of the reasons why you're afraid to say no. Because then you feel that if you say no, you don't give yourself permission to come back on your no, otherwise you're not going to be credible, which is true with kids. If you say no and you constantly break your no, they won't respect that no anymore. So what I'm inviting you today is to soften that no. That's something that I used to do with my clients when I was working with clients on relationships. And we had to end dysfunctional relationships or relationships that were not honoring who they were, not healthy, not harmonious, etc. When I was telling them to stop the relationship, to cut the contact in order to be able to heal, they were terrified because they had the feeling that they couldn't live without that person. So what I used to tell them is, for now, no, don't see that person for now. We can revisit that in 6 months, a year. And right away I could feel their body relaxing. The tension was going down because it was not as finite. So maybe that's the same for you in different areas of your life where you have to say no to yourself. And it's so finite that you just can't. I know that for me, I use that softening of the no with food. If I tell myself I'm French cheese is extremely fatty, extremely rich. I can no longer eat as much French cheese as I used to when I was younger. But if I think I can never ever have a piece of cheese, right away, resistance, stress, and I don't do it. Same thing when I tell myself I'm gonna go 100% vegan. If I tell myself 100% and I feel myself imprisoned in some kind of box or structure or by a rule, depending on the rule of course, right away I set myself up for failure. So what if you could soften your no, not now. I can always revisit that later. Feel what it does in your body. Feel how it is softer. It's not as scary. It's not as finite. And same thing with your teenagers. If you're very afraid to say no because you know their reaction is going to be like arguments and fighting and all that, what if you could say no to them and in your mind saying it won't always be the fight. It's not finite. It's not always going to be their reaction. I know it doesn't fully fall into the no for now, but no, it won't be their reaction always. They're just going to throw a fit now, and in a week they're going to have forgotten about it. It's all about softening the story, softening the words, softening the story we tell ourselves. Let me know what it does for you. Let me know what you think. If you like this video, share it with your friends and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss anything.